Footscray on a pretty good day for football in July. Harding, and there's a bit of a box on before the game started, really, out on the wing between Nixon and McGuinness. Quickly forgotten. Russell Jeffrey with a quick kick away. Burke and Cameron on centre wing. Strong tackle on Cameron. And it'll be a throw-in. So the Saints going to the left and Footscray to the right of screen.
Boundary throw-in. Harding. Bowie. This is Laurie on centre wing towards centre half forward. Lowe's the target. Couldn't take the mark. Still he goes. Slaps it wide. Nixon tried to go off the ground. It's picked up by Daniels. Cracker's got it. Held without it. Play goes on. Liberatore. Nicely done. Kept his head. Cameron's in trouble. Ball jarred free. Long kick at goal. Just misses. In the grasp out there was Harvey. Managed the kick. Didn't miss by all that much. Kennedy to kick it in.
Drop punt. Gets about 55 metres, but no one's touched it. And it'll be a Rice kick for St.Kilda. Half-forward flank. Looks for Grant on a lead, who takes off early and nearly pulls off a Winmar, who's not playing today. Kitschke's taken his place. And a free kick to the Saints, and it's going to Brett Bowie at half-forward. Within scoring distance, he's a good kick for a little fellow. And his duel with the fleet of Footscray Rovers will be interesting today. He's kicked 43 goals in 35 games. Usually times the ball pretty well. That one right to the square. Low there. It's going to be punched through. Still in play. Foster's quick kick. Still in the danger area. Daniels with pace. To centre half. Right to the full forward spot, I should say. Kennedy. Quick kick and a high one. Rice, Cameron, Devonport, left foot. Oh, almost a lucky one, and juggled and paid. Well, the Bulldogs won't like it, but he had it for a fair while, though. He's taken a lot of marks this year, Dennis. I think something like 132. That one probably the strangest of them all.
Great reflexes. Stuart Lowe. Juggled it off his legs, kept it alive, and eventually raked it in to the satisfaction of the umpire. So averaging just over 13 marks a game, or is it 10? Just over 10 marks a game. A chance to kick a goal from 40 metres out. It falls away to the right. The second behind on the board for the Saints, who have started very strongly, doing all the attacking. Rick Kennedy goes in short. This is Hunter. Back to Kennedy. Runs it up towards half-back. Kicking towards midfield. Have to keep it away from him. Lowe's taken the mark. A dominant player in the league. Lowe goes for distance. Nixon in from the side. Couldn't hang on. It falls to Cracker. Could have almost been legged. Wallace gets the hand pass out. Pekin over his shoulder. All Footscray. Kennedy. Eppelston in the pocket. Towards the outer side. Lowe again. And the man Mountain launches himself. Devonport weaves his way through. Centres the ball. Hogg. Atkins now. Hogg got the fist on it. Atkins out wide. Charles leading in the race. Needs support. Needs to kick. There's no close support to him. Pollenhoek as a result upended there by Burke. Charles would have been better advised to kick. We've got a throw in.
Footscray slightly into attack. Peter Russo, number 8 in screen. Paul Harding. And Justin Charles. Harding in the front spot. Not a lot in it. Liberatore over the top. And the umpire will take charge. So sun shining through. Brendan Carl and Peter Carey, the two umpires here today. Big crowd, not quite capacity. Something like 23, 24,000 you'd imagine. And we should be in for a great afternoon. Charles snared by the Saints though, but the tackle was good on Pekin. McGuinness, good tackle by Devonport. Harvey loves the handball. Devonport will go. Caught. Pollenhoek ran him down. A very good tackling side, Footscray, and Liberatore. Royal McGuinness, who loves these, he should go. Steady, drop punt. And through it goes. So McGuinness kicks his first. Footscray lead a goal to St Kilda, 2 points.
First time they've gone beyond centre and they get the goal. So off on the way, St Kilda doing all the attacking for naught. And then Tony McGuinness, having a fine season, gets the long goal. Bright sunny conditions, a cross breeze favouring the end to which the Saints are kicking ever so slightly, blowing out towards right half forward to the left. Harding, Russo, the hurried kick. It was a touch ball. Eccleston repulses that attack and sends play towards the Footscray half forward line, and Charles takes a very good mark going back with the flight of the ball. Delray is on. He sees him now. Delray, how did he get that loose? He's only about 35 metres out, directly in front. Harding asks the same question of teammates down there. So Danny Delray, who's been something of a pleasant surprise for the Bulldogs so far this season, a chance to bring up their second goal, the second goal of the game. It should be a question of accuracy. Misses to the left-hand side. So Footscray are 1-1 and the Saints are 2 behinds.
It'll be Laurie to bring her back in for St Kilda. Grant playing at full forward for the Saints, Lowe at centre half forward. After the first bounce, Lowe went to full forward on Kennedy. Laurie a good kick, and that's no exception. He's banged that about 70 metres. Looks for Harding. Coleman fell over. Harvey. Rice with space. To centre half forward, Nixon. Eccleston against him. Or through the legs by Coleman, Atkins and also Lowe. Wallace in the trenches where he's at his best. Bowie. No free kick. Russo to Daniels. It's tough out there. McGuinness off the ground. Royal, very quick hands to Atkins. It was brilliant footy by Royal. Coleman gets onto a torpedo to centre half forward. Frawley runs into a couple of players in front of him. Arnold with courage, but Royal cleverly. Wallace intercepted by Devonport. Devonport will try and hold it in. The Saints try and get it away, but just before they can, the umpire takes it and it'll be a ball up.
Desperate stuff, as you'd expect. The stakes are very high for both these teams. Bowie is off the ground. He looks a little disconsolate. Titchke is on in the 20 in place of Winmar. McGuinness, not a good kick. Jeffrey, brilliantly charged down by Hawkins, who runs onto the ball in the left full forward pocket. No, he left it behind. Socked away by Jeffrey, and again Hawkins comes back, gives it across to support. That's Steve Wallace. A centering kick. Russo tidies up behind, clears towards half back, and Daniels, now he can run. Atkins overcommitted to the ball. Shocking kick by Daniels. Missed there by Delray. Off the ground by Foster. Royal back towards Foster. He's on the 50-metre line. Kicks towards full forward. Grant and Frawley. Frawley did well. Great recovery. Went towards the boundary line. Hawkins gathered in superbly. Storms towards goal and kicks it. One of the goals of the season.
Well, it was mighty football by Hawkins. 236th game today. And the champ, the captain, leading from the front. It was a superb pickup. And then he really measured it. Knew exactly what he had to do. Ran onto an angle, but had the footy angled in exactly the right way and hammered it home. And so Footscray are 2-1 and St Kilda 2 points. Harding and Coleman. Coleman with this very long run up. Now getting in closer. It's a good start to Footscray. If anything, kicking into any breeze we've got, it is across the ground. And again, umpires noticeably not paying anything unless it's absolutely obvious. Laurie with a high one. Low. 3 Footscray players. Hunter off the ground. Grant. It'll beat him. And about 70 metres away from St Kilda's goal. So good start to Footscray here. 13-2 after the Saints had a couple of early chances.
Looking very impressive so far. Terry Wallace to Foster. Royal, Atkins, Liberatore, The prime movers sharing it well. Liberatore towards centre half forward. Frawley committed to the pack. It fell behind. Laurie has the pace to break away from Grant. Finds Harding. Daniels is on for the hand pass. He ignores that. Goes to Laurie, who now uses Daniels. He's not normally a very good kick. That's better. Penetrating towards half forward. Foster couldn't rake it in. Stephen Wallace gives it to Kennedy. This is Coleman. He's at right half back. Runners down the ground. Atkins. He can take off now. Del Rey obliges with a Shepherd. Atkins kick, not a particularly good one. Hawkins gave a contest. Liberatore. This is Charles confronted. High kick inside the 50. Well, they all fell down. Grant running away from his own goal. Strong tackle, Frawley. In goes Harding, slaps it off the ground. Russo dragged off it. Devonport kicks to midfield. This is Pekin. Great opportunity now for the Saints. Comes to the attacking side of the ground. That was a clever kick. And the mark is taken by Kitsky. Coughlin runs on into the hole. That's ignored. Bacon goal square. Low going back. Almost the strong mark. Dragged off it. Foster's got it. Shovels it out. Hunter in the grasp gets the kick-off.
Well, it was wonderful football. Really strong stuff by Footscray. And their handball today has been superb. They've got confidence and they're stringing them together. That one misses a body and Daniels and Royal have got a chase on. Daniels is so very quick. Harvey, Coughlin, some rebound for the Saints, but not far enough. Eccleston, Del Rey and Footscray are looking every bit of final side very early in this match. Long way to go. Centre half forward, not a good kick. Harding in the front spot. Wallace with a quick one. Grant. He's got some options here. McGuinness, he should bury this. Drop punt. Misses. Well, it was set up for him. And it's 2-2 to 2 points. But Footscray have started in exciting fashion.
Tony McGuinness finding some space a couple of times now, and that's a worry as far as St Kilda are concerned. Perhaps their paciest player. Brett Bowie is off the ground at the present time. Laurie, long kick. Harding's the target. Terry Wallace had it momentarily. Del Rey does nicely. Coleman keeps it alive. Great use of the body by Russo. Should have got a free kick in there. Not forthcoming. Atkins, Coleman tackled before he had it by Daniels. Coughlin gets it out. Rice measures the hand pass. Harvey away. Burke to the run of Daniels. Has a bounce. Goes through centre. Spears the pass into Grant. Great football. Deserving of a goal. They earned it tough and then they ran it well. David Grant got 5 against Melbourne a fortnight ago. They need this one, and he provides it. St Kilda's first goal. Strong dash by Daniels through the middle. I mentioned earlier, not the best kick in the team, but had plenty of time to settle. He used the ball very well, and an aggressive lead by that man, David Grant.
2-2 to 1-2. Footscray by a goal. Hawkins and McGuinness have scored the goals for Footscray, and Grant for St Kilda. Exciting start to this game. A lot of handball used. Some mistakes. Tackling's been good. Coughlin's kick smothered. Steve Wallace. Atkins measures the kick. Liberatore did well against Burke, but Burke's with him. Still with him. Arnold, left foot. Atkins with courage. Oh. Well, Pekin was committed, and Atkins was never going to take his eye off it. And I just hope that he's all right. He's either very badly winded or he's hurt a shoulder.
That was a very nasty fall. His legs went out from underneath him, and he really hit hard. I suppose the only saving grace was that turf probably has a little give in it. Had it been the WACA ground or somewhere like that, he probably wouldn't be getting up. And he's a tough son of a gun, is Simon Atkins. That's a body blow as far as Footscray are concerned. Oh, gee. He's really got the staggers. That's a shame. Such an important player for them. And off he comes. Hopefully he'll be back.
Reynolds to Hogg to come back on. The kick by Hunter to centre half forward. Royal. Coliniuk. They're playing all their rovers on the ground. Wallace caught. Bowie, who's come back on for the Saints. Devonport. Pekin. Coleman onto him now. And it'll be a ball up. So Atkins off. Matthew Hogg on for Footscray. And as Dennis Committee said, a body blow to the Bulldogs. Atkins an important player.
He doesn't look well. Bowie fumbled. Hogg got the hand pass Footscray's way. Liberatore keeps it going. This is Hogg again. Keen to put his stamp on this game, and that's a lovely pass to the lead of Grant. So a Grant at either end. Goes in short to the pocket. Delray had it spent before he got it. Laurie to Daniels. Slips the tackle. Goes looking for support. Coleman crashes through. Royal only as far as Russo. Hurried kick back towards centre wing. Reynolds left the ball behind. Bowie nicely trapped. Pekin forward of centre wing. Kicks inside the 50. Grant in front. Kennedy the fist. Eppelston out of midair. Well played. Wallace off the ground. This is Hunter. Hard against the boundary line. High kick. Kitsky. Strong mark.
Shades of Lowe then. Goes short to Nixon in the centre. Nixon will bang it to Lowe. Didn't quite get to him. Rice with terrific speed. Cameron had to trap it in. Grant, Rice ducks. Gives it to Grant. Good tackle by Wallace. Pekin tucked in the pocket. Back to the goal square. Coleman has to wait. Bowie goals. Puts it through. Scores a level. The little rover kicks a typical Rovers goal. And the crowd respond. It's 14 apiece.
Fantastic pressure in the pocket. Clever kick by Pekin too. Didn't try for a score. Pulled it back towards the kickoff line. Coleman got a bad bounce. And Bowie back on the ground only a few moments ago. Kicking the goal. It's all square then. Great stuff. Just under 11 minutes remaining. Opening term. Terry Wallace knocked on by Coleman. Charles missed it. Off the ground by Colinook. This is Hogg. He's at right half forward. Strong work off the ball. Daniels went down. Delray collected him. Arnold's hand pass, not a particularly good one. Royal goes in fearlessly, as does Hogg. And there's going to be a Footscray free kick. It'll be taken by Matthew Hogg. Well, Footscray well represented in those two skirmishes. Two fearless players, Royal and Hogg. And speak of the devil, Royal bobs up again. Plenty happening off the ball. Delray and Daniels really working overtime.
Did a good job there, Delray, Dennis. He just took Daniels running, and it was within 5 metres. And this will test Royal.
A warhorse. Ryan Royal has done it hard. He'll kick from about 35 metres out. Slides it across the face. Still in play. And Jeffrey forces a minor score.
So the Bulldogs by behind. 1 point the difference. 15-14. 2-3 to 2-2. Very entertaining first quarter. Harvey gives the lead. Laurie, as you'd expect, hits him on the chest. Harvey short. Nixon just found some space, Harvey, and Nixon was able to run into it. Harvey on the 1-2. Coughlin will be set up. Eppelston did quite cleverly there. McGuinness plays for a free kick. You don't get them these days. Wallace looks for something, and it'll be a ball up.
Bad decision by the umpire. Have to make an attempt to get rid of it. Terry Wallace just put his arms out. That's under 12 stuff.
Harding and Charles. Harding takes off early. Russo. Wallace still with him and worries him out of it in the end. Should have given it to Liberatore. McGuinness. Harding. Coughlin. McGuinness. Nixon onto him, but a good kick by McGuinness. Cameron with space. Coliniuk. Shepherds. Cameron to full forward. Grant, Frawley. And Frawley did very well there. Grant run off the ball and he just handballs it over to Devonport.
Great poise. Devonport in trouble. Untidy hand pass sold Burke into a disaster, and the ball goes out of bounds and will be thrown in. Marvellous tempo in this game. Both sides really attacking the ball with aggression. And the opposition players. Charles to the back of the pack. Coughlin, strong tackle by Royal. Ball jarred free. Delray. Hawkins over the ball now. Opposed to, what is it, 4 Saints. And we'll have a ball up just inside the boundary line. Nathan Burke at the base of that pack. Footscray by a behind, 2-3 to 2-2. Must be pretty soggy over there. It's thrown up. Hawkins gains about 20 metres. Arnold smothered. Liberatore after the smother goes again. And it's tied up close to the boundary line.
Footscray attacking. Charles and Harding. Harding misread it. Coughlin. Harvey. Devonport. It's good footy. Drop punt to centre wing. Nixon went early. Eccleston. Reynolds. Coleman, who's been very good in this first quarter. That not a good kick. And a very, very good mark by Burke. Always tough to take. St Kilda wanting 50 metres, but not on there. So Burke, after a good defending mark, to centre wing. Reynolds at the back, but not needed there because Foster's a very strong man in a situation like that, and he takes the mark and kicks it to centre half forward or half forward flank.
Devonport going back. Marks for St Kilda. Back towards the Saints half forward line. Lowe and Foster. That's a bit interesting duel. Coleman to Cameron. McGuinness. Cameron hard against the boundary line, kicking towards half forward. Delray. He's a player of the future, Delray. Goes down towards the pocket. Royal's got the run of it. Great commitment. Brian Royal deserves a goal. What's he done? Hit the post. Rushed it on the way through. Well, he doesn't know how to put a short one in, Brian Royal. Just went at that ball. A couple of Saints bearing down. He just missed. Footscray looking the better side at the present time. They lead 2-4 to 2-2 as the sunshine breaks through. And Laurie, who's kicked in very well, will do it again. Straight down the middle. Right kick. Harding plays on immediately.
It was a wonderful kick. Harvey short to Bowie, who wants to play on. Eccleston wouldn't let him. Harvey again, who often does this. He'll kick to someone and then get a handball coming back. But that a poor kick. Reynolds took it comfortably. McGuinness, who's got a lot of space, and Cameron in front of him. And that's where the handball goes. Now, Collinuke is deep if he can get it to him. He looks for Delray and Collinuke, and Delray, as easy as you like. He's giving Laurie a caning at the moment. Grant on a lead. Frawley at the back. Royal. Daniels over the top. And a stalemate about 45 metres away. And as Dennis said, Footscray on top early, but just 2 points in it on the scoreboard.
Interesting, because St Kilda are trying to do the right thing and get the ball on the grandstand side, which is their attacking side. Their players are pushing across the ground, and Footscray are getting men free on the outer side. Terry Wallace scrambles a kick forward. This is Frawley. The men we're speaking of again. Delray to Royal. Having a fine first term, Brian Royal. Arnold in traffic. Gets the kick away. Delray over the top. Laurie's got it, though. Needs the hurried kick. He obliges. Nixon outnumbered. Does it well. Surrounded by Footscray players. Kicks towards midfield and low. Play on is the call. It bounced as he went after it. Coughlin's got the run of it. Nixon's kick goes straight across the ground. At least it's on the right side for the Saints. Hogg. That could be holding the ball. Nothing paid there. Harvey. Russo. They came on him quickly. Terry Wallace falling to the ground, kicks through midfield. Harding, worth a kick. That's gone 40 metres to Bowie, who turns down towards Grant. Grant and Kennedy. Stephen Wallace behind. Cooley lays it off to Reynolds.
Just a good handball. Real reflex there. Reynolds short, Foster. Ken Sheldon switched his wings. He's got Rice on the attacking side now and Daniels the far side. Kick by Foster. Collinuke off the ground. McGuinness and Devonport and Collinuke. Some pace here. Collingwood again off the ground of the pocket. Frawley in the front spot, falls over. Burke, Devonport and Daniels. Cameron with them. Daniels can't get it out. Collingwood, still Collingwood. Good tackle on him though, and he's gone. Had to go there. Burke's tackle was a beauty. And Burke quickly to Jeffrey from centre half back.
Jeffrey through centre, blows the target. Almost the mark in front. Clever hand pass away from Nixon. Pulled back, and Coughlin takes the mark. That was well played. Now it's with Russo. Russo goes long down towards the pocket, out of bounds on the full. Pekin centering the ball, doing well, and that's what St Kilda must do. The finish not good enough. This is Liberatore, still in the back pocket. Towards centre wing, low from behind. You're not going to outmark him too often. Russo hits the ground running. Ketchke. That was good football. We've had the feeling during the course of this first quarter that on occasion St Kilda are hand passing just for the sake of hand passing, but that time there was a purpose to it. They got the man free in front of the pack and bought him some time. Now Ketchke, a late inclusion in place of Winmar. Kicks from 35 out and gets the goal.
So the Saints 3-2, Footscray 2-4. Kitschke with his first. After Lowe took an excellent mark, and the handball quickly on. And Kitschke a strong mark, and then a good kick from about 35 metres out, making no mistake. So they've got their noses in front, the Saints. It's 20-16 in the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds of this first term. Harding and Coleman. Gee, Harding took off early, but hung there and got the hit away. Wallace went to ground. Bowie, the tackle on him was ferocious, as most of the tackling has been in this first term. And Harding and Coleman will have another crack at it. So the Saints would love another one before quarter time. They're kicking to the scoring end, left of screen. Harding wins the tap. Coughlin couldn't really get an effective kick. Nixon on the up to Russo was good. Smothered off the boot though. Low. More chance here. Harvey snap, misses. A behind. 3-3-2 for St Kilda by 5 points. And the good news for Footscray is that Atkins, who was looked to be very badly hurt, is running up and down the boundary line. It was a moment ago, so there's a chance he may be able to come back onto the ground at some stage.
Here's Reynolds. Not a good kick. Royal dropped the mark, then proceeded to get into the back of Coughlin. Nothing for it. Terry Wallace over the top to Coleman. Again a man free on the outer side. That's Cameron. It's quite unbelievable, really. Cameron in towards half forward. Grant. I'd venture to say too far out to score. He thinks so too. McGuinness. Well, they're not manning up well enough, St Kilda, at the present time. And no excuse there, because it was a set play. A behind was kicked. So the ball came in. Everyone had a chance to find somebody. And yet 2 and 3 players running free down the outer side for Footscray. Here's Tony McGuinness then. Got the first goal of the game. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Gives it plenty of air. And misses to the near side. So Footscray are 2-5 and St Kilda are 3-3 approaching quarter time.
21-17 and 1-2 to McGuinness. Laurie to bang it back in. Probably not enough time though. Less than 30 seconds remaining. To half back. Royal. Liberatore. Collingwood. To full forward. Hawkins trapped it brilliantly. Willie Gold. Round his body. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. That's his second. And it's 3-5 to 3-3.
Well, they don't come much better than that. Both his goals have been splendid today. Some real flair. That time gathering the ball. It was an awkward one. Went left, then came back onto the right foot. Marvellous screw kick. Just 5 seconds remaining till quarter time, and Footscray back in front, lead by 2. And it's a job well done. Harding to Russo. We await the siren. There it is, quarter time at Moorabbin. Outstanding first term, a ferocious first quarter. Footscray lead by 2 points.
7-4 to 2 points. Start of the second term at Moorabbin. 3-3 to 3-5. St Kilda trail by 2 points. And Footscray kicking to the left of screen. If anything, the scoring end. Simon Atkins back on for Footscray. Good news for the Bulldogs. Number 23. He looked to be very badly injured in a collision with Tim Pekin in the first term. Was replaced but has come back. Harding and Coleman. Coleman had a very good first quarter around the ground. Royal punches it forward. Wallace, that's very clever. Laurie and Del Rey. Laurie left foot to centre half forward. Low. Not this time. Nixon. It's got Bowie very wide. Now Pekin to full forward. Kitschke off the ground. Rice. Still Rice. Has a shot. And misses with a torpedo, but it's a behind. So just a point in it, 3-4 to 3-5. Rice missing from about 35 metres out, not an easy kick. So Atkins back on, but Reynolds has stayed on. Jimmy Cracker went off very early for St Kilda, didn't look to be hurt, didn't notice. Here's Daniels, who had a good first term. Goes to ground, Liberatore, busy as always. Del Rey in the front spot, couldn't take it. Laurie. Daniels, Bowie, Pekin, Nixon. Open space, just hoping. Grant, Eppleton, or Foster. Atkins on the up to Liberatore, back to the centre. Tough ball for Harding, but he does well.
Yes, he does. Takes his time, gets the kick out towards left half forward. Rice with some time, centres, Nixon. This will test him. He'll kick from outside the 50. And on the evidence of the day so far, won't score, although he's taking some time over it. Doing pretty well at centre half forward, Ricky Nixon. Kicks from about 55. It falls in short. Reynolds in front, not paid the mark. McGuinness hard against the boundary line. Oh, through the legs of Rice. Collinhook an opportunity now. Eppleton kicks towards centre wing. Laurie, good mark. Laurie, centering kick. Jeffrey plays on immediately. Daniels, Crawley on the burst. Long towards half forward. Foster, juggled attempt at the mark. Play goes on. Ball in dispute. Foster's not happy, and he wants to be very careful. I think he was saying to the umpire he took 2 marks there. 3-5 to 3-4. Low, up early. Terry Wallace, Liberatore, charged down by Harvey. Harvey in the grasp. Hunter brought him down. Daniels, clever chip pass to Low. He runs in towards goal and gets it. Well, they worked it well, St Kilda. They lead by 5 points, and Lowe on the angle, not normally the most reliable kick at goal, had no trouble with that one.
He's kicked 30 goals this season, Stuart Lowe, and is filling the vacuum left by Tony Lockett. So the Saints in front by 5 points, 28 to 23. Coleman has recovered after Lowe nearly buried him a couple of minutes ago. Harding wins the tap. Liberatore, Russo. And there's been a lot of warfare in the trenches here at Moorabbin today. And Tony Liberatore has been on the bottom of a lot of the packs. Running their 4 small men at the same time here, Terry Wheeler. Again, Harding went early. Coleman stood his ground. Royal, Atkins, falls over. You don't get a free kick these days for that. McGuinness, Arnold, Atkins, Nixon. Players all around the ball. And there's only one decision that can be given there. And they'll regroup and have another crack at it. This time it's Charles who beats Harding for it. Arnold, Rice. What a good player he is. A couple of Footscray players getting him on another's road. Bowie hoping Coghlan running past. Off the ground. Again off the ground. Eccleston stopped it. Coghlan well done. Nixon. Brilliant footy by Coghlan. Nixon to the goal square with a superb kick. And is that a free kick for St Kilda? Not paid, behind. Thought David Grant was a bit unlucky there. And there's a goal, the difference 4-5 to 3-5.
Derek Rucker would have been proud of that effort by Frankie Coghlan. There's Liberatore to McGuinness. Towards centre wing. Charles reaching over the top towards the boundary line. Atkins needed support. Royal went down. McGuinness across the boundary line, and it will be thrown in. Tough, uncompromising game, this one. Coleman and Harding. Harding only as far as McGuinness. Like a spring-heeled jack, he was up. He was tackled by Pekin, and the umpire moves across to ball it up. Have to earn your kicks today. Harding. Eccleston put his body in. So did Nixon. Eccleston went down. Liberatore, the hurried kick. It was taken high, and the ball will come back. He was in the act of kicking. So he's got this one at right half back.
He's had 4 kicks and 7 handballs today. One of the leading handballers in the competition and the leading tackler. That wasn't a good kick, Burke. He's been rock solid in defence for a lot of the season. The centre half forward loaded brilliantly. Grant, high one. Footscray should take it. Coleman takes responsibility in the end. Experience against Reynolds. It's like he's had a second lease of life, Coleman, this season. Hogg. Not a good handball. Ran himself under pressure, but gets a free kick. Now the advantage will be paid to Wallace, but it was only a half a kick. So Wallace from half back. Charles, Arnold at the back, floats over the top. Burke, Russo, Nixon. Centre wing. Burke. Pekin. Still Pekin. Gee, Wallace buries him, and it's got to be a free kick to Pekin. Pekin picks himself up, bleeding, as you can see. Now short to Harvey.
He's at right half forward. Robert Harvey looking for Lowe. Couldn't take the mark. Bowie goes off the ground. Picks up his own soccer. Still Bowie. Reynolds, good use of the body. Coleman. Wide of Atkins. Rice, he's got the run of it. Wanted a free kick, not forthcoming. Atkins slaps it through the pack. Oh, the tempo is amazing. It's out of bounds and will be thrown in. 2 very quick sides on a day tailor-made for that sort of game, with a blustery breeze. And there's just no time. Kitchke knocks it out. Harvey falls over, throws it to Bowie. Clever feint. Off the ground by Hogg. Harding an opportunity now. Just outside the centre square. Finds Daniels. Now Daniels will kick from about 45 metres out. And even this range, I think, will test him. Cameron shakes his head on the mark. Jason Daniels starts his run just outside the 50. St Kilda lead by 6 points. Important kick, this one. It's tailing away towards the left and goes through for a minor score.
So the Saints by 7 points. As Dennis said, it's been fast and frantic. Soft ground today. Ball sticking a lot, therefore a lot of packs despite the quick movement over the back. Eccleston didn't quite sit for him, and he wasn't able to control it. 30 to 23. Low scoring game. Goals tough to get. Hawkins the multiple goal scorer with 2, and they were both gems in the first quarter. Coleman easily, but only as far as Rice, who chips it away to Lowe. Foster at the back. Hogg. Wallace had to wait for it. High one to centre half forward. Charles worked his way into a good spot. Liberatore cleverly to Del Rey. Collingwood, who's been quiet, waits a long time to kick it to the goal square. Frawley kept his eyes on it, punched it out, and Hawkins might have hurt himself. Jeffrey with him, Frawley. Again, high commitment from all 4 players. Hawkins still in some pain. Free kick to Harding, and the Saints fans love it.
Harding, nobody came away unscathed from that last pack. Everybody, Jeffrey, Hawkins and Frawley, all the worse for wear. Meantime, Russo has the ball midfield, kicking towards half forward, but Foster is favoured by the kick. Playing well, Foster. Plays on. Kicks for distance. What a good kick it was. Collingwood, it was intended for him, but he couldn't complete the mark. Knocked forward by Coleman. Jeffrey leads back in the race. In the grasp, he tries to deflect it across towards support. Harvey on the ground, got it to Burke. Coughlin at close quarters. Burke in trouble. Held too long in the tackle by Royal. Well, the idea was right. The moment he had the ball, Royal had him, but Burke knocked it away. Is it right half back? Short. Daniels has it. 7 points the difference. The Saints lead. Daniels long to half forward. Foster again. Almost impassable. So for the first time this season, Lowe is having it put to him by a man who can take a mark, and so far Foster giving better than he's taken. In short, Daniels dropped it, finds it on the ground. The hand pass untidy. Eppelston gained about 5 metres. Nixon on his knees. Bowie, one-handed hand pass, should have been penalised. Daniels over the ball, and the umpire decides to ball it up.
30-23. The Saints by 7. Foster Lowe, the pivotal duel in the match. This time Lowe and Charles. Bowie. Russo gets some distance off an awkward kick. Kitchke. Well, it was a very good mark. It was a floater. Kitchke took a big grab and then got a second grab at it. And the man who came in for Nicky Winmar, who didn't take his place in the St Kilda 20, has a chance to kick his second and to stretch this lead to 13 points. 30 metres out. Drop punt. And he's missed it. The wind a bit tricky. Kitchke are behind. And the Saints up to 4-7 to 3-5.
Rick Kennedy favours the outer side. Eppelston. Hand passes to Collingwood. It goes back to Eppelston. That's not good football from Footscray. Eppelston close to the boundary line, gets it out of bounds. Throw in. Charles and Harding. Charles wins this one. Coughlin got it to Russo. Intercepted though by Steve Wallace. Kicks towards half forward. Bit of judgment shown by Laurie. They're looking more solid now, St Kilda. This is Nixon alongside the centre circle. Kitchke used the body unsuccessfully on Reynolds, who's now in trouble. Kitchke tackled by Hogg. Daniels. It's called a throw. It'll be a Footscray free kick. It'll be taken by Hogg. To Foster. So left half back. Long kick towards half forward. Hawkins. Jeffrey almost completed the mark. Russo and Jeffrey battling after it. Hawkins there for Footscray, and there'll be a ball up.
I think Hawkins still feeling the blow from that mark in the goal square 6 or 7 minutes ago. He looked to hurt his right arm. Charles won the tap, then got rid of Burke with some power. Grant, Frawley, Royal, Chips it. Del Rey. Frawley goes to ground.
Oh.
Well, the Social Club want a free kick for their captain, but it's not forthcoming.
Did seem to be there, didn't it?
The old in the back's changed in the last few weeks.
It's no longer. It's an endangered species.
Wallace, McGuinness still off the ground. Burke to the centre wing. Steve Wallace and Pekin. Free kick and now advantage paid. Wallace to the pocket. Hawkins. Oh, great mark. A super mark because Russell was with him all the way. And then Russell Jeffrey, I should say, now short to Collinwood. So the captain able to get it over him, and he's still not 100%, Hawkins.
I think the Hawk has the feathered left wing.
Yeah, I thought it might have been his right wing, but it's his left wing. Now Collinwood from the pocket. Got a great view of this. 25, 30 metres out, drop punt, and he scored a goal. It's 4-5 to 4-7.
The judgment there from Steve Collinwood, superb. He started it to the left of the goal post. It bent back on the breeze after what was a superb mark by Doug Hawkins. Really strong. Jeffrey made him earn it. And Frawley was coming down on him hard too. So it continues to be tough. Bernie Harris comes onto the ground for St Kilda, and Bowie is off. That surprises me a little bit still. Bowie, his second visit to the bench. Just over 10 minutes remaining till half-time. St Kilda lead by 2 points. Harvey in the traffic, scrambles it towards half-forward, and Bernie Harris immediately has an impact, not paid. Harvey gains about 10 metres. Eppleton standing firm. High kick. Grant. Fine mark. Grant, the defensive side of left centre wing. Towards half-forward and Hawkins. Nudged out of it by Jeffrey, and it's going to Hawkins. Well, that's a bit harsh. It was body to body, I thought. Hawkins goes in short to Cameron. And Cameron can kick from inside the 50. Over the top to Royal. Rice bearing down on him. Now that should have been a free kick. Oh. Back towards centre wing. Here's Foster. Foster does well. Towards half-forward. Devonport's in the road.
Well, a couple of very interesting decisions a moment ago. Royal surely should have got a free kick in scoring distance, and Wallace's free kick was Ticky Touchwood. Eppleton finds Atkins. Del Rey just gets rid of Laurie. Still Del Rey, left foot, rolling. No danger, though, for the Saints, and it'll be a throw-in. Well, they're just letting it go, the umpires. It's great to watch, and if you're consistent for 4 quarters, then it's good, but every now and then a decision will be made, and when there's only 8 goals scored in a quarter and a half, each decision can be vital. And there's one, and it's going to go to the Saints.
Harding to take it. I think the Saints fans having trouble sorting out the consistency aspect there. Laurie as opposed to Hawkins. Laurie just moments ago nudged under the ball by Del Rey. As Harding goes to the outer side. This is Russo. Not a good kick. Terry Wallace to Coleman. Now Coleman can score. Although he's kicking into the teeth of this breeze. The drop of the ball, very important here. It'll go left to right. He starts at left. It hangs there. Hawkins, almost a clever mark. Grant, still he goes. Brilliantly done. A vaudevillian performance by Chris Grant. Brings up the 5th goal for Footscray, 5-5 to 4-7.
Well, that was wonderful, Dennis. Grant juggled it. Really, you didn't think he had control at any stage, but he had full control after Coleman's kick in, and he was able to score a superb goal to put Footscray in front. 35 to 31. 4 points of difference. 7.5 minutes remaining. Wallace with a quick kick. Coleman with Laurie. And he did well, Del Rey. Snap, rolling through for another one. 6-5, 4-7. And suddenly, Footscray get a little run on.
Danny Del Rey has done some very handy things on the forward line. And that time, initially looking for support, no one running past, so he took the snap. And as Bruce said, it just ran away from the defenders and through for the Bulldogs' 6th goal. So they lead by 10 points. 7:22 remaining. Centre square infringement that favours St Kilda. Harding has done well in the ruck. Goes for distance. It drops straight down, and a great mark is taken by Kennedy. That ball holding up into the breeze, and Kennedy came at it, charged it, and took the mark. Reynolds out wide. Grant arrives first, controls it close to the boundary line. Socket away by Daniels. Liberatore got it to Eccleston. And the pace of Footscray is worrying St Kilda. Cameron towards half forward. Hawkins, the focal point down there. Russo, coolly got it away to Burke. This is Nixon. Nixon up from right half back. Nothing to kick to. It's a lot of Footscray down the ground. Charles in best position. Foster took it off hands. Coughlin got him. Knocked out by Lowe. Liberatore towards the boundary line. Cameron can't keep it in. And the ball will be thrown in with Footscray leading 6-5 to 4-7.
41-31. Both teams playing for a place in the 5. It's tight for that 5th position at the moment. So there's so much at stake here, and it's very enjoyable to watch. McGuinness after Cameron gave it to him. Grant did very well. Russo, Nixon, he should have left it for Nixon. Now Pekin, and Coughlin I should say, to centre wing. Lowe took off. Foster's doing wonderfully well. Harvey to the space. Grant with him. Kennedy could have got a free kick. Eccleston, one bounce. 2. Long kick, Del Rey. Frawley back to the centre. Hogg with the jump at the back. Nearly knocks McGuinness over. Coughlin can't get through. Taken off him though by Harris. And a splendid mark to Foster, though the Saint fans want a Low free kick. They won't get it. Foster takes Low on, gets onto his left foot and bangs it to centre half forward. Harding should take it. Oh, didn't really want it for a moment.
There's an opportunity for Del Rey. Back to his own goal. Boyle gave it away that time. Harris to the outer side. This is Rice. St Kilda could do with a goal here. Coughlin. Spare a thought for him. 4 Footscray players around him. Terry Wallace it was who took the mark to Collinhook. So Footscray dominating the midfield now. Collinhook towards the pocket. Del Rey. That was extremely good use of the body. Well, he's been penalised. And really, now 50 metres, this has been a flaw with the umpiring. Again, to me, that seems shoulder to shoulder. That is not what we think. Frawley, aided by 50, comes up to centre wing. I think it's fair to say the umpiring not matching the standard of the game so far. This is Harris alongside the centre circle towards half forward. Hogg in the road. Squares it. Terry Wallace. McGuinness does the shepherding. Reynolds on for the hand pass. He's forward of right half back. Upended as he kicks. It goes down towards half forward. Knocked forward by Coleman. This is Devonport.
Round his body to the centre. Tricky bounce. Daniels free kick. Against Cameron and also Eccleston, who ran into him. Daniels with a wobbly drop punt. Lowe and Foster. Oh. Well, that was strength. It's been a wonderful duel between 2 of the great marks in the game. Lowe winning out this time after Foster's been on top. He looks for Kitchke. He's a bit too big for Reynolds, but he fell over that time. Atkins, Wallace. Caught, gone. No holding the ball, bit stiff there. Atkins gets it back to Reynolds. Quick left footer. Rice with one hand. Still Rice. Coleman couldn't get him. Centre half forward. Harris the front spot. Charles outnumbers him. It looked like David and Goliath that time. And Charles sweeps a handball to Steve Wallace, who's got Cameron very short, but decides to go to Grant, who's outnumbered 2-1. Laurie and Grant and Daniels. Grant, brilliantly done. Royal gets it out. Cameron and Nixon. Nixon caught by Cameron. It's terrific tackling. And again, a ball up. And it's exciting stuff here at Moorabbin.
Yes, it doesn't come any tougher than this. Quite often the way during the course of a season you see games that are tougher than final round games simply because sometimes teams psych themselves out of finals, but today they realise a place in the finals could hinge on this. This is Bowie, outside 50, a centering kick. What a beauty. Lowe should get it. He leads back in the race. This will be interesting. The two big fellows going at it, Lowe and Foster. Foster wanted the ball. Lowe was trying to shield him from it. And I think that was fair enough.
Excellent decision, that one.
They toss it up. Lowe missed it. Grant's got it. What can he do? Nothing. It's gone through for a minor score. So St Kilda creep closer. They're 4-8. And Footscray are 6-5. Just over 2 minutes remaining till half-time.
And if either side gets a goal before half-time, it'll be important. If Footscray can get it, they'll pinch a break. Liberatore falls over. Harris centres it. Good kick. A beauty. Well, he could have fired a goal, but he's too experienced for that. And the Grant from 20 metres out on about a 60-degree angle should put the Saints within a kick with 1 minute and 3/4 before half-time. He's already kicked one. Drop punt, and he's put it straight through the middle. Second goal for Grant. 5-8 St Kilda, 6-5 Footscray.
Bernie Harris.
Back to the centre. Hogg with the jump at the back. Nearly knocks McGuinness over. Coughlin can't get through. Taken off him, though, by Harris. And a splendid mark to Foster, though the Saint fans want a low free kick. They won't get it. Foster takes Low on, gets onto his left foot and bangs it to centre half forward. Harding should take it. Oh, didn't really want it for a moment.
There's an opportunity for Delray. Back to his own goal. Boyle gave it away that time. Harris to the outer side. This is Rice. St Kilda could do with a goal here. Coughlin. Spare a thought for him. 4 Footscray players around him. Terry Wallace it was who took the mark to Collinhook. So Footscray dominating the midfield now. Collinhook towards the pocket. Delray. That was extremely good use of the body. Well, he's been penalised. And really, now 50 metres. This has been a flaw with the umpiring. Again, to me, that seems shoulder to shoulder. Matters not what we think. Frawley, aided by 50, comes up to centre wing. I think it's fair to say the umpiring not matching the standard of the game so far. This is Harris alongside the centre circle towards half forward. Hogg in the road. Squares it. Terry Wallace. McGuinness does the shepherding. Reynolds on for the hand pass. He's forward of right half back. Upended as he kicks. It goes down towards half forward. Knocked forward by Coleman. This is Devonport.
Round his body to the centre. Tricky bounce. Daniels free kick. Against Cameron and also Eccleston, who ran into him. Daniels with a wobbly drop punt. Lowe and Foster. Oh, well, that was strength. It's been a wonderful duel between two of the great marks in the game. Lowe winning out this time after Foster's been on top. He looks for Kitchke. He's a bit too big for Reynolds, but he fell over that time. Atkins, Wallace. Caught, gone. No holding the ball, bit stiff there. Atkins gets it back to Reynolds. Quick left footer. Rice with one hand. Still Rice. Coleman couldn't get him. Centre half forward. Harris the front spot. Charles outnumbers him. It looked like David and Goliath that time. And Charles sweeps a handball to Steve Wallace, who's got Cameron very short, but decides to go to Grant, who's outnumbered 2-1. Laurie and Grant and Daniels. Grant, brilliantly done. Royal gets it out. Cameron and Nixon. Nixon caught by Cameron. It's terrific tackling. And again, a ball up. And it's exciting stuff here at Moorabbin.
Yes, it doesn't come any tougher than this. Quite often the way during the course of a season you see games that are tougher than final round games simply because sometimes teams psych themselves out of finals. But today they realise a place in the finals could hinge on this. This is Bowie, outside 50. A centering kick, what a beauty. Lowe should get it. He leads back in the race. This will be interesting. The two big fellows going at it, Lowe and Foster. Foster wanted the ball. Lowe was trying to shield him from it. And I think that was fair enough.
Excellent decision, that one.
They toss it up. Lowe missed it. Grant's got it. What can he do? Nothing. It's gone through for a minor score. So St Kilda creep closer. They're 4-8. And Footscray are 6-5. Just over 2 minutes remaining till half-time.
And if either side gets a goal before half-time, it'll be important. If Footscray can get it, they'll pinch a break. Liberatore falls over. Harris centres it. Good kick. A beauty. Well, he could have fired a goal, but he's too experienced for that. And the Grant from 20 metres out on about a 60-degree angle should put the Saints within a kick with 1 minute and 3/4 before half-time. He's already kicked one. Drop punt, and he's put it straight through the middle. Second goal for Grant. 5-8 St Kilda, 6-5 Footscray.
Bernie Harris centering the ball. Two players on for that kick. Grant it was who took the mark and finished it off with a goal. So as we approach half-time, St Kilda get one they really needed. 41 plays 38. Marvellous half of football. Coleman, it was wide of him. Burke has it. High up and under. Foster battling there with Grant. Eccleston in deep trouble. Grant's got it. Hand passes to open space. Daniels. Russo provides the Shepherd. Daniels, that's a little ambitious. Bowie must get a free kick. Bowie taken high. He's on the 50-metre line. So they're playing for keeps. We're down to 50 seconds now. Bowie looking for Lowe, but in front Grant. So the Saints may snatch the lead just before half-time.
Foster playing on Grant at the moment, and Foster, who gave the free kick away, was stranded halfway between Bowie and the footy, and Grant was able to get clear. So Lowe's gone to full forward, Grant to centre half forward. Grant for his third goal from 40 metres out, probably closer, 35 metres out.
So credit the Saints with a strong comeback. Grant, and the Saints will lead at the half. St Kilda is 6-8, Footscray is 6-5. 7 seconds remaining till half-time. And Footscray, like St Kilda before them, surrendering a handy lead. And now the Saints are back in front. And virtually, they'll have it all to do again in the second half. Rucks go at it. Charles left it behind. Terry Wallace has his kick charge down. Bowie, there's not time. There's the siren. And on the siren, Grant and Foster get involved. Foster has one cocked there. The Little Leaguers are coming out. It's half-time at Moorabbin. And still plenty to play for. St Kilda 6-8, lead Footscray 6-5.
And it was high excitement from the word go. The Saints lead by 3 points on a beautiful day for football. Harding crashes his way through to Bernie Harris, to Daniels, to Harvey. Well, goals have been tough. Just 12 were scored. Harvey goes short. Bowie on a lead. Couldn't quite make it. Went to ground. No free kick. Kennedy. McGuinness. Left foot. Good one. Gets some penetration. Wants the boundary line. Daniels keeps it in. Wallace with him. Daniels falls over the top of him. And finally a throw in. As I was about to say, goals tough to get. And biggest break we've had has been a couple of goals. Footscray got a little break. St Kilda had a little break. They win it at half-time, practically all square.
Harding over the ball, slaps it St Kilda's way. McGuinness tracks it across the boundary line. And another throw in. Charles and Harding. Run down by Charles that time. Russo gained about 5 metres. Eventually it finishes with Nixon. Long inside the 50. Kennedy got the fist away. Coughlin pulls it back across his body. Way too far. In the opposite pocket, low. Hand passes about 15 metres away. Steve Wallace in the road, though, to Foster. Kicks to open space. Collinook the first to arrive. To Atkins, who was felled by a heavy knock earlier in the game. Eccleston got the untidy hand pass. Sends one away to Liberatore. To Collinook. On centre wing, down towards half forward, and Coleman. He takes it and goes immediately.
And kicks it strongly to the goal square. At the back, Hawkins. With him, Jeffrey. Laurie concedes a behind. Hawkins, who appeared to injure his left arm in the second quarter. And it's 6-8 to 6-6. 44 to 42. Laurie, who's kicked in quite magnificently today. And that one was spot on to Pekin. Not a lot of room for error that time. Pekin's left foot. Collingwood with courage. Has Coleman loose, goes that way now and finds him. Well, Coleman's played very well today. He's had 6 kicks already and 4 handballs before this one and 5 marks. He is a good kick and he's in the right pocket to score. He's a long way up, but the ball's not heavy. And if he times it right, he should give himself a chance. Drop punt, across the face of goal. Harding sets himself. Grant, still Grant, off the ground, and he puts it through. It's his second. And Footscray, 7-6 to 6-8.
Very clever goal, that one, by Chris Grant. Interesting, too, the hesitation there from Coleman. He allowed Delray to make a lead and clear it out down at full forward. So there was Hawkins and Grant. The ball came in high. The mark was missed by the Saints. And off the ground, opportunistic by Grant. So Footscray back in front. Rucks go at it. Charles high in the air. Collinook couldn't control it. Russo towards half forward. Foster. Grant coming over the top. Foster comes again. But the umpire wants it. Footscray led by 2 points at quarter time. The Saints by 3 at halftime. Charles. Daniels does well. Keeps it going the Saints' way. Hunter goes off the ground but concedes some meterage. It goes out towards the boundary. And will be thrown in at the 50-metre line. Winmar didn't start. Crackers off the ground. Atkins a hard knock. Hogg does well. Royal takes a strong tumbling mark. He was in front, always his. Brian Royal towards the middle of the ground. Collinook missed it. Burke, strong tackle by Collinook. Liberatore swooping. The kick not a particularly good one. Coleman and Arnold. Coleman looking for a free kick. The call is play on. McGuinness hard against the boundary line, tackled by Harris, and the ball jarred across the line.
Well, Coleman taking a big dive there. And a no free kick, good decision. Harvey, quick one, only as far as Coleman, who with power and strength, breaks through, then kicks a very high ball. Jeffrey, Royal, oh, good smother with courage, Rice. Chance now, Liberatore sets it up for Atkins, who can charge the goal, and the drop punt is a good one. It is a beauty. What a goal. 8-6 to 6-8.
Simon Atkins played for Tasmania a couple of weeks ago, having a fine season. As we said, took a very heavy knock early in the game. Took a mark, had his legs taken out from under him and crashed to the turf, came off immediately. What a fine goal that was. So Footscray add to their lead. Generally, they've looked the better team. The Bulldogs by 10 points then. Centre square infringement. Free kick to Footscray. Taken by Wallace. It'll come back there to Charles. The ruckman must take it. And Charles, momentarily, with no one standing the mark, has the ball now. Out towards left half forward. Grant's in front. Coleman drifting in behind, takes the mark. Playing very well. Giving Arnold a run around. Long kick from Coleman. Very long kick. Pekin gets back. It's going to be a free kick in front, though. And it will be taken, I think, by Jeffrey against Hawkins. Some indecision down there. Eventually now, Jeffrey has the ball. Hard against the behind post to Harvey. Hawkins bearing down. Harvey kicks towards centre wing. Charles reaching over the top. Clever mark. Away to Cameron. Cameron pumps it inside 50, where it skids out of bounds.
Hawkins behind, playing a bit of trouble, Dennis. Not only has a sore left arm, he looks to have injured his leg. Not sure if it's a hammy or not, but he's trying to run it out, so it can't be a hamstring. Maybe a cork thigh or something. Harding in the front spot. Pekin, it was smothered by Royal, the handball. And this is where Footscray's been so very good today. They're little men. They've been so quick with their hands in a lot of tight situations to either hold the ball or get it out. Coleman, Royal, good tackle by Burke, and an excellent decision. Well, Burke's tackle was very good, but Royal had no chance to get rid of it. And surely the man getting the ball's got to have some protection at some stage. Now Hawkins with a high left footer. He misses. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. He kicked 2 goals in the first half that were quite memorable. Both in that first term, in fact. And Laurie to kick it back in there. He normally kicks the ball a long way.
Yes, his kicking has been a feature so far this afternoon. Grant Laurie, long towards the outer side. Great judgment shown there by the big man. Glenn Coleman putting his stamp on this game. So Footscray take it in again, but denied this time by Jeffrey. Frawley's got it now. Back to centre wing. Charles couldn't hang on. Bowie, Coughlin surrounded. Daniels, the hurried kick, floating down towards half forward. Terry Wallace going back, takes the safe mark. Having another great season. Kicks through the wing. Charles got it to Royal. Now McGuinness has it. Hugs the boundary with a kick. Delray is down there. Delray claiming the mark, and it's paid. Great effort there. It was a test of strength, and Frawley is very strong. But Delray prevailed. He's been a lively forward. He'll kick from about 35 metres out. If he gets this, the Saints are in trouble. Danny Delray. Misses to the near side, I fancy. No, it's a goal. No animation behind the goals as Delray brings up his second. Judged it superbly. 9-6 to 6-8. So the test fairly and squarely now with the Saints. It wasn't a good-looking kick off the boot. It staggered towards goal, but it bent around nicely.
60 to 44, and suddenly the biggest break in the match today. So a real test now for the Saints. Nixon, after a very good tap out by Kitschke, couldn't take advantage of it. Grant, who's kicked 3 goals. Nixon, good handball. Caught. Excellent tackle. Harvey, Grant, gone again by Wallace this time. Well, the social club want free kicks there for the Saints, but they weren't on. And Footscray's tackling, which has been a feature of their game all season, is standing up today. Bowie works it back to Russo, who's had his 14th kick, although he hasn't been all that effective. That one Pekin marks, and Royal not happy with Foster. Royal caught underneath it. Pekin came over the back, and I'm pretty sure Royal thought Foster should have come with him, the bigger man. So Tim Pekin, the great handballer in the game this season, can he kick a goal? From 25 metres out, it holds up in the breeze, but he has snuck it through.
Oh, marvellous goal.
7 goals 8 to 9 goals 6, 50 to 60. Pekin with a splendid goal, and this game still very, very much alive.
Tim Pekin slotting that one from probably the hardest spot on the ground, straight into the teeth of the breeze. And if anything, that breeze has backed around a little. It's blowing out towards left half forward to the right now, at least momentarily. Russo out of the centre towards half forward. Great atmosphere this afternoon at Moorabbin as Hunter goes off the ground directly out of bounds, and the umpire says throw it in. Some disagreement in the crowd. Over the top, Coughlin. Clean possession. Russo to Bowie. Bowie spears the pass in low. Grant couldn't control it. Kennedy flings it out the back. Foster under pressure. Harris is harassed. Hunter. Pekin standing in the tackle, and the umpire decides to ball it up. And the umpiring in the first half was pretty sketchy. Low decisively to Coughlin. Has it got the finish? Yes, it has. Great ruck knock by Stuart Lowe, force feeding Frank Coughlin, and Coughlin going goalward, got it from 35 metres out. It bent back appreciably on the breeze. So St Kilda, 2 unanswered goals, 8-8. Trail Footscray 9-6.
Well, the Saints fans are giving them a Moorabbin roar right now. It's 56 to 60. Don't they get involved down here? They love it. And they're seeing a splendid game today. Charles and Kitschke.
Oh.
No free kick to Wallace. Well, it's been pretty tough in the trenches. No doubt about that. Eccleston with a quick one. Liberatore and Burke. Quick kick, Liberatore. Harding. Jeffrey runs for him. Harding. Daniels and Cameron. 2 very exciting, pacey, skillful footballers. And it'll be a throw-in. So it really has been a crackerjack game from the first bounce. Less than a kick between them. Kitschke wins a tap. Cameron gets the football, but no one to kick it to. And Burke takes that. Laurie, who should thump this to centre half forward, and he does. Low. Foster did well again. Harris caught. Daniels caught. And again, Footscray's tackling has been able to hold the ball in the area when St Kilda had a couple of chances. So 60 to 56, the Saints at centre half forward.
No concessions out there. It is very tough. Low to Nixon. High kick. They'll contest about 20 metres out. Foster almost. Harris misses. Many willing that through. 8-9 to 9-6. Kennedy. Short to the pocket. Stephen Wallace. 2 former skippers combining. Wallace for 1 season. Kennedy for 3. In the bright sunshine, Wallace to the outer side. Short of centre wing. Strong mark in front to Foster. Marvellous pair of hands. Cameron sold into trouble, as was Royal. Liberatore now. Runs to centre wing, kicks to half forward in the lead of Grant. Chris Grant. Hard against the boundary line. The margin is 3 points. Grant goes short. Hawkins not moving all that freely. The current skipper. Down towards the pocket. Delray over the top of Frawley. A pleasant surprise, as we said before, for Footscray supporters. Danny Delray has been valuable this season.
Not often, Dennis, you see Frawley just eased out of it like Delray did then with strength.
He's done it a couple of times today. You've got to believe that this man is very strong. Delray from 45, kicking at his third. It falls away and misses to the near side. The lead back to 4 points.
9-7 to 8-9. 61 to 57. Laurie with a great kick again. This time Coghlan. What a wonderful kick Laurie is. Coghlan to low. Foster at the back. Harris to Nixon. To the goals. But Kennedy should take it. It was a poor kick by Nixon. It gave Grant no chance at all. Now he's going to take a chance. Wallace is going to have to go, but he's got McGuinness to help him. McGuinness just stops Bowie a little. Bowie keeps coming. McGuinness with it. And bad luck Bowie. McGuinness's handball good to Cameron. To McGuinness. He should go over the top again, and he does. To Royal, who goes for one bounce. And then brings it to centre half forward. Grant running against it. Jeffrey took off early. Hawkins unable physically to go with him at the moment. And it might be a bit of a worry for Terry Wheeler. The captain not moving that well. Jeffrey to centre wing. Kitchke unopposed. Charles bringing up the rear. And Kitchke able to take the mark against McGuinness. Looking for low. Foster in the front spot. No mark. And, well, we've said it once. We've said it a couple of times that Foster has done very well on Lowe today. Not that Lowe's been by far the worst player out there, but Foster has done a great job.
Hawkins off. Williams on. Preempted by Bruce. Throw up on the outer side. Lowe wins it down. Another scramble. Terry Wallace trying to pick it up. Couldn't. Interesting the impact of Foster's game on Lowe. A couple of times in the last few minutes, Lowe's in position to take the marks he normally would. He just put them on the turf. Ball thrown up. Charles does well. Cameron, bad luck for the Bulldogs, fell over. Still did it nicely to Royal. Collinhook from left half forward, long down towards full forward. Coleman couldn't hang on, and Laurie pushes it towards the boundary line. It will be thrown in. 9-7 to 8-9. Harding backs off there, allowing Kitchke to do the ruck work opposed to Coleman. Collinhook, hurried snap, misses to the left.
9-8, 8-9, 5 points in it. And it's been nip and tuck all day. Same scoring shots. You just get the feeling at the moment the Saints travelling slightly better, that Footscray's been the better team throughout. Laurie has been pinpointing players with great accuracy all day. Allowed to play on. Here's a chance. Harvey. Drop punt. Grant on the lead. Kennedy with him. Grant with some pace here. In the pocket. Over his shoulder. Bowie sets himself with Hobb. Liberatore and Harvey. Oh, Liberatore did it quite magnificently, the little fellow. To McGuinness, who thumps it to space. Cameron and Daniels, the two racehorses. Free kick to Cameron. Not paid. Gee, thought he held him up. Anyway, Daniels kicks it back to centre half forward. Nixon, still Nixon. And this one will be a ball up.
This game a credit to the players of both sides. Again, two players contesting the ball there. Absolutely fearless. On the St Kilda half-forward line, Lowe interfered with Charles. Charles will get the free. Advantages paid. Stephen Wallace kicks towards midfield. Laurie got it on the ground, then soccers it forward. Hunter got in the back, I thought, of Harris. No free kick. Stephen Wallace once more tidies up wide towards the boundary line. Footscray have got the numbers. Coleman with the run of it. Well shepherded there by Grant. Long kick. Del Rey knocked away by Frawley. Frawley dives on top of it. In goes Williams. And it will be a ball up. Well, Bernie Harris may have been a little unlucky across the half-forward line for the Saints. The problem has been for the fans today, the umpires have been a shade inconsistent. Royal dragged off the kick. Frawley, an unkind bounce. Del Rey knocked it to his own advantage. Tried to lay it off. That was ambitious. Liberatore was a long way away. And the Saints eventually, through Burke, get it out of bounds.
Yeah, back turn to the pocket might have been the go there for Del Rey, and have a shot. Goals are very hard to get. Coleman, smothered by Coughlin. Harvey, very well done to Coughlin. To centre wing. Pekin to Bowie. High one with distance, but nobody there. And Wallace a bit unlucky. Or was out of bounds on the fall. I was going to say he got a bad bounce. Anyway, it's his ball and he gives it to Hunter. Hunter has some time and then wobbles one poorly into the centre. Rice, well done Wallace to hold it up. Russo, Harvey becoming important in this term. Just a little chip, a good one. And Pekin should attack from here and he can go. Drop punt on its way and he has missed it. Well, it would have brought the stand down, but he had every chance there. And suddenly Robert Harvey getting a lot of touches through the centre.
Yes, indeed. 11 kicks, 9 hand passes for Harvey. There's Kennedy to the outer side. Foster in front. Knocked away by Burke. McGuinness bounced off Hogg with a hand pass. Nixon did well. Bowie back to Burke. Strong tackle, Stephen Wallace. Ball jarred free. Cameron goes in. Dragged down. Hogg to McGuinness, who skirted that outer side to good effect today. And he uses the ball well. This is Collinhook. He's at left half back. 9-8 Footscray. 8-10 St Kilda. A strong cross breeze. Collinhook to centre wing. And the mark is taken in front by Coleman. Fine player in this term. In fact, throughout the day. Long kick down towards left half forward. Jeffrey to the advantage of Devonport. Unloads for a long kick back towards half forward. Off hands. Harris. Harris spears it down towards full forward. Narnell clears he and Kennedy. Hogg will be the first back. Bowie's got him. Kennedy's got it now. Hard against the boundary line. High kick. Charles comes up to meet it and takes the mark on his chest.
Sweeps a handball to Wallace, who's had a few kicks in this term as well. One bounce. Grant and Laurie. That's not Grant Laurie, that's Grant and Laurie, and a free kick to Grant. Now Del Rey on a long lead in the pocket. He should keep the ball on this side of the ground. It's the easiest side to attack from. Now that they've got it, they just chips it to Royal. Good kick. And Royal stood his ground well. Now Del Rey leads. Royal punches it towards him. Doesn't quite get that far. And Jeffrey takes a splendid mark against Williams. Drop punt. Pekin at the back. Well, there were 3 Footscray players and they let Pekin take it in the end. Royal, Wallace and Grant. They were all caught out. Pekin to centre wing. Charles at the back. Low. Still low caught. Rice tries to go through. Atkins caught. Holding the ball.
It is a remarkable game, this one. Rice towards half forward. Cameron in keeping with the game. Fantastic mark. McGuinness again. Given too much space. Pumps it out wide. Collinhook's the target. Burke is closing. Gets goal side of him. Collinhook, hand pass to his own advantage. Now he breaks away, thumping it into the ground so it will come back. Coleman, 50 metres out, goes goalward and misses by a long way. Footscray increased their lead. 9-9 to 8-10. Laurie with precision to Devonport. Slips over, gets to his feet. Finds Rice. Up from half-back. Liberatore, not the man to take on. He's a very good tackler, but he did so successfully. This is Harvey. In short, Grant. Eyes only for the football. And again, that hurt. Grant's hurt. Off the ball, he's down. Meantime, Bowie's got it to Pekin. Steve Wallace got him. Eccleston to Terry Wallace. Was it right half back? Atkins, runners inside. Picks the best of the two options. Royal to Liberatore. Royal runs again. The experienced Brian Royal spears the pass to half forward. Williams waited for it to come. Knocked away there by Jeffrey, and it will be thrown in.
Well, David Grant behind play with that hard tackle on him at centre half forward, recovering. And what a match we've had here at Moorabbin. It's been as good as there's been in 1990. Had everything this game. Hunter gives Liberatore a chance, and they've got Cameron out wide if he gets it to him. Oh, too slow. Took forever. Now Cameron, McGuinness, it misses the body, and the Saints will get out of it, and Liberatore really made a mess of it. It was a golden opportunity, and will the Saints make them pay for it? Pekin's kick. Grant, who was winded a moment ago, with courage. A long one. Arnold and Lowe, two of the big men. Hogg misses it. Goes to ground, gives it to Lowe, and Lowe kicks it and misses. And he can't believe it. It's 8-11 to 9-8, or to 9-9, I should say. 59 to 63. And, well, if you can put a level on excitement, I reckon we're at the maximum right now.
Yes, it's really turned up. This is Hogg. Hawkins running around the boundary. I think they want him back on the ground. This is Foster. Inside his own defensive 50. Not a good kick. Russo, almost a very good mark. Battles with Terry Wallace. Two former teammates. No spite in there. And it will be a baller. Russo's been a good player. 4 points. Footscray's way. On the outer side, Harding. Back to centre half forward. Low. Finally breaks the shackles. That was a strong mark. This will test him. The scars of battle on the face of Peter Foster. Foster's 7 marks, Lowe's 7 marks for the day. Foster's have been more imposing. But that was a good one by Stuart Lowe. The St Kilda champion. Kicking from the 50. Gives it everything. It hangs in the breeze. Off hands, Harvey couldn't control it. So it goes for a behind. A moment's peace then. Siren set to go. 8-12 to 9-9. So the last quarter should be a beauty. There's the siren. 3-quarter time at Moorabbin. The stakes are high and the stage is set.
Start of the final term at Moorabbin. 3 magnificent quarters behind us. What's in front? The Saints 3 points behind. Both teams playing for a place in the 5. High tackle on Wallace. Free kick. David Grant off for St Kilda. And Doug Hawkins has come back on for Footscray. Eccleston after the handball with a long one. Grant and Frawley. Pekin besieged as they've been so often. Delray with some strength. And his kick for goal is a good one. It could be a telling blow. Delray kicks his 3rd, and Footscray at 10-9 to 8-12. Well, he's got terrific strength, Dennis, and he was able to use it then.
Laurie is marking him now. He did well against Frawley earlier. A very good performance by Denny Delray. And just the start the Bulldogs needed. They lead by 9 points. The biggest lead in the game, 16 points. Footscray had that early in the 3rd term. Kitchke knocks it St Kilda's way. Cameron left it behind. Harris upended. In head first was Nixon, and we've got a whistle. What a tough game it's been. Here's the bounce. An awkward one. Pekin left it behind. Charles went down. Liberatore got it to Foster. Hurried kick towards centre wing. Del Rey again. Untidy hand pass. Royal has played well. Not that time. Devonport runs it across the boundary line. The tackling has been ferocious. Two sides with finals aspirations have really gone at it tough today. Charles and Kishke. One down by Charles. Liberatore smartly across to Royal. Long kick towards centre half forward. Opportunity now for Rice to give it to Harding. That was timely. Back it comes to Rice. Long kick towards centre half forward. Foster was up and got it down to Hunter.
He did very well to get it to Wallace and then got it back from the 1-2. Long kick there by Hunter to half forward, and Harding takes an excellent mark against Coleman, who's been the best big man on the ground today. Coleman. Russo, big kick getter, 16th kick into the centre. Daniels, Bowie to the goal square. It sits. Kennedy should get it, and it's out of bounds. So Bowie hoping for some run there, but this ground pretty soft, and the ball not going to run away from too many players. 69-60. As Dennis said, the biggest margin today, 16 points for Footscray in the third term. But it's really been nip and tuck all day. Liberatore to Foster, who's been a star. Cameron. Foster works for him outside of him. So does Liberatore. It's a good handball. Touches the ground. Left foot, not good. Burke should take it, and he does against Collier. And so Burke with a little one to Bowie.
Bowie, the defensive side of centre wing, to Arnold. Goes for distance. Inside 50, lows the target. Fisted away. Taken by Harvey. This is Harris. Outside 50. Kicks it very high. It's all Footscray down there. Hunter has paid the free kick. Mark Hunter. Just up from the kickoff line. Short to Atkins. This is Hogg. Right half back towards centre wing. Del Rey. Laurie slipped over. Del Rey hard against the boundary line. Pulls it back. Intended for Grant. Crashing in from the side was Harding. Great courage again in evidence from all players. Royal keeps it going Footscray's way. Collinhook is in there now. Harding crashes in once more, and Collinhook will get a free kick. Well, that was very tough stuff again, in keeping with the afternoon. And Collinhook earned that free kick, and back behind the play, two players, one from each side, in the hands of the trainers, not surprisingly. So Collinhook, a chance to kick a goal here, and if he does, St Kilda will have the job in front of them. Steve Collinhook from about 35, a lazy effort, came off about 3 paces there and kicked it behind. Should have done better.
10-10, 8-12. Golden opportunity missed there. 70-60. That really could have made it tough. Not that it isn't now for the Saints. Jeffrey provides some run for Laurie. No free kick down the ground. Wallace with one hand. Hunter, who's done pretty well. Terry Wallace. Liberatore. Quick kick. Coleman sets himself with Grant. Frawley. Burke. Well done. And fortuitously found Nixon. Pekin. Smothered by Charles, who holds Pekin up. Now Nixon to Bowie. Through the centre. Looks for Lowe. Foster, and he does it well. Well, he's been a star today. The big man, Stuart Lowe's had more publicity about him this week than he's had in his whole career. Has tried his heart out, but today he's met his match. It's been exciting. Hogg. McGuinness will be short for him, and Eccleston will provide some run. All danger, but they get away with it. Wallace very cleverly to McGuinness, who can run it onto Royal, and he does. Royal at centre wing. Footscray with plenty of the footy. McGuinness on his wrong side, but he's got some penetration with the right leg. Grant on a lead. Play on. Frawley. High one. Players stop for a moment. Eccleston at the back. Harvey. Gee, it's hard to get a kick. Russo cleverly to Harris to Coughlin. To Kitchke. Now Laurie will run for him. Kitchke not too sure where to go, and then kicks it to Kennedy and Arnold. Well, a couple of steeplechasers together. Out of bounds on the full.
Oh,
unbelievable. Well, he panicked. No question. Panicked completely. Arnold wasn't going to run him down. And he could kick a footy, Dennis. I saw him kick 3 goals in the last term against Melbourne. He's a thumping kick.
Not much practice today, Bruce.
No, not a lot of kicks and not a lot of shots for goal. But he's in the right pocket. The runner tells him to have a shot. And boy, don't the Saints need this. And for Rick Kennedy's sake, you'd want him to miss. But if you're a Saint fan, you want him to put it through. Drop punt. Well, he's put it to the square. Taking off Charles. Kitchke's mark. And Payne. Well, Foster at the back can't believe it. Charles taking off early. But Kitchke falling into his arms. And Damien Kitchke, a late replacement for Nicky Winmar today. He kicked a goal in the first quarter, then he missed one in the second term. Tucked away in the pocket. And if he puts this through, you won't be able to hear me speak. Here we go. Drop punt. (9-12 to 10-10). 4 points the difference.
Kitchke gets his second goal. The advice to young Charles in front from teammates was to punch it, but he was in front. He went for the mark. Kitchke was stronger in the pack. And St Kilda come back again. They've done it all day. 4 points the difference. Perhaps a place in the finals at stake. And listen to that crowd. A remarkable atmosphere. It's been this way all day. And still plenty of time. The Rucks go at it again. Low. Thumps it out. Eccleston in the road. To Cameron. He's on centre wing. He kicks towards half forward. Jeffrey must get a free kick. Royal was bolting. But it comes back to Jeffrey, who centres. Harding, a mobile big man, breaks away. High kick towards half forward. Pekin behind Foster. They wrestle for the ball. Hogg gets the hand pass. Wallace to Foster. Well done. Foster towards centre wing. 2 young tyros, Daniels and Cameron. Daniels guides it across towards Lowe, who from centre wing kicks towards centre half forward. All Footscray. 2 of them flew. A bad sign. Russo gets it off to Pekin. I'm not sure that was his intention. St Kilda through Pekin have taken the lead. And this place has gone crazy.
Well, well, well. Talk about atmosphere. And talk about a game of footy. It's 10-12 to 10-10. Footscray making a mistake at centre half back. 2 of them flying for it. And Pekin drilling it home for his second. 72 to 70. And the Saints are back in front. So now it's the Bulldogs' turn to find something extra. Lowe and Charles, and it's a free kick to Footscray in the centre. Too many players there. Charles plays on McGuinness, but he's got to come back. Well, it really is a unique atmosphere in here at Moorabbin. Charles has dropped punt. Grant on a long leg. Collinuke in the front. Frawley, Terry Wallace. Liberatore, Terry Wallace can't get rid of it. Collinuke cleverly to Cameron. McGuinness. They attack him. Cleverly to Cameron again. Left foot pass, and Burt takes a splendid mark in front of Collinuke. And just for the moment, Footscray might have lost their way. They've made some mistakes. Daniels with a chip pass, and Bernie Harris misses. He should have taken it, but he couldn't. Free kick. Harris a bit lucky. They've let them go all day, and after missing a mark, he gets a free kick and he chips it to Russo.
Handy place to get pushed in the back. Here's Russo then, towards centre-half forward. Strong mark Kennedy. Atkins towards the outer side, and Coleman couldn't hang on. Harding left it behind. Coleman now swings it out wide. In open spaces, Delray. Meters in the clear. Confronted. Gets around the defender. Hard against the boundary line. Danny Delray in from the side. Burke knocks it hard against the behind post. So we've got a boundary throw in. Searching run that time from Delray. Took them on. But the finish not there. The Saints by 2 points. Low. Fisted back towards the boundary. Collinhook rushed across before the ball. Burke has been a resolute defender. Nothing in it all day. Footscray by 2 points at quarter time. St Kilda by 3 at half. And 3 at three-quarter time. Here's Royal. Emerging with the ball. Collinhook in the grasp. Misses to the near side. Footscray creep closer. It couldn't be any closer.
72-71. Laurie's found a man all day, and he's going to go to Harvey, and did he touch it? Yes, he did. Kept it in. Cameron and Harvey. Still Harvey. Oh, he did splendidly well to Burke. Coughlin, McGuinness. Still McGuinness. Liberatore, free kick. Play on around. Eccleston, he's got leads everywhere. Delray, he found him, and this man can kick a footy. We've seen that already today. He's got some power and some strength, and he'll need every bit of it. He's 45 metres out. He's kicked 3 goals, has been highly impressive, as Dennis Cometti said earlier, with his strength and power. Just 22 years of age, and what an important kick this is. High drop punt. Oh, what a kick. (11-11) to 10-12. Delray kicks his 4th.
He's been a very lively forward. A very influential player in this game so far. In the hopes of Footscray and their fans riding on that last kick. So they're back in front. Can they stay there? They lead by 5 points. Still over 13 minutes remaining. It's been a topsy-turvy affair, this one. Great game of football. Back in the middle. Atkins towards half forward. Awkward bounce there for Laurie. Grant inside 50. Long down towards full forward. Delray's in front. Knocked away by Frawley. Taken by Hawkins. The hand pass was wide of the mark. Scrambling it out was Laurie. Cameron almost tackled there by Daniels. Must be a free kick. Leon Cameron, the 7th man taken in the 88 draft, from left half forward down towards the kickoff line. Low misses the mark uncharacteristically. Jeffrey tackled by Grant. Coleman couldn't control it. Royal flicks it out to support. The kick at goal is off target from Collinhook. And through it goes for a minor score.
Goal the difference. One kick in at 78-72. Laurie to kick it in. Lovely kick. Daniels and Rice. Atkins did splendidly at the back. Harding. Pekin. Coughlin. A floater. Foster. Hunter. Out of bounds. Good defensive work though by Foster and Hunter to hold it up. And they'll be pretty tired, these players. If you're at the races today, you call this slow to heavy, but it takes something out of the legs. Kitchke. Coughlin. Oh, good mark to Hogg. With courage from the side. Now he's got a short one in McGuinness. So away he goes. He's got some time now. Grant provides a lead about 60 metres in front of him. He kicks it to Grant. Well, Laurie took a big chance there. Committed himself. Grant cleverly to Eccleston, but getting back on it, Rice. Atkins, Rice and Atkins. Play on called. Nixon. Will it sit for Pekin? Bowie. Not a good kick. And Wallace able to mop up quickly to Foster, and he chips it to Cameron.
Cameron, left half back. The Saints breaking down across half forward. Cameron, high to centre wing. This will be interesting. Harding knocks it away from Coleman. And Harding will get a free in any case. The ball will come back. Reynolds comes on. Kennedy has done a hamstring. He's off the ground. The drama continues. It's Footscray by 6 points. St Kilda in 5th position starting the day. Inside the 50. Reynolds towards the boundary line. Gets it out of bounds. We talked about that last night. An art form and getting it across the line now. There's Rick Kennedy. Searching for the ice, I'd suggest. Kitchke got it down to Bowie. Did nicely. Across his body. It was touched off the boot. No mark was paid. Foster, Liberatore. Nixon wanted the mark, not forthcoming. Steve Wallace. Atkins, back to Steve Wallace. From right half back, he kicks to centre wing. Grant's in front. Laurie tracking him. Gets the hand pass off to Eppelston. Eppelston, the high one, down towards right half forward. In front, Collinhook. Burke has done it well and does it again nicely to Daniels.
Devonport's handball to Harvey's caught, but gets away with it. Back to Devonport. And a throw against Harvey. The Saints hate it. They don't like it one bit. So Footscray will get it in the centre. They lead by a goal with 9.5 minutes remaining. And goals have been tough at Moorabbin today. Liberatore from the centre. To centre half forward. Hawkins, who's been injured, in the front spot. Collinhook, who falls over a lot. Cameron misses it. Burke with him. Footscray have the numbers for the moment. Hawkins, who is very much injured. You could see his left arm is in great pain, and a hip and shoulder didn't do it any good. He's also hobbling, but Captain Courageous is staying on. 11-12, 10-12. Coleman and Lowe. Lowe with a thumb. Russo. Harvey chips it. Kitchke hits him on the chest, centre wing. Foster gets back on the mark. Kitchke plays on. Daniels provides the run for him. They're a goal behind. To full forward. Arnold at the back. Hogg falls over. Smothered by Coughlin magnificently. Good kick. A very good kick. Look at this go through. Look at that. A screamer. Scores a level. And Frankie Coughlin's done it. It's 78 apiece.
Well, it was all Footscray leading back in that race. 4 of them. But the ball ran away from the quartet and through for a goal. They're delighted in the stands. Look at that. High fives all round. Frank Coughlin has tied the scores at Moorabbin. Just over 8.5 minutes remaining. Up goes Harding. Worth a kick to half forward. Foster scrambles it back. Harding couldn't control it. Charles intercepted by Russo. Harding knocked it towards Coughlin. He was going nowhere. And it will be a ball up.
It might get down to penalty shootouts, Dennis.
It always was going to be close. You had that feeling from the first 10 minutes, given the commitment of players of both sides. Charles, the backhander. Harvey has had a fine second half. Only as far as Cameron. McGuinness, his 26th possession. Out wide. Coleman on the 50-metre line, runs away from his own goal. Back to McGuinness, who pulls it across his body. How will it bounce? It's knocked down to accommodate Burke. Well played by Laurie. Burke's kicks a high one. Coleman, a strong mark. Glenn Coleman, 9 marks this afternoon. One of the Bulldogs' better players from 60 metres out. Long down towards full forward. Hawkins, off hands Grant, open goal. Footscray back in front. Grant has 3. And it's Footscray by 6 points. Hawkins, the big leap. It didn't stick, but it fell for Grant, cast in the role of a rover. onto the loose ball and a goal.
Just 17 years of age and 3 goals. 78 to 84. 7 minutes remaining. 7 of the most important minutes for the future of these two clubs in this season. Liberatore round his body. Coleman did very well. Burke with a bit of time. Devonport with space. Has Russo in the centre. Goes long to centre half forward with a sweeping kick. Foster. Handball by Hunter was good. Now Liberatore from Royal. Oh, this is a chance to Collingwood. Oh, he missed it. Goes to ground and caught. Del Rey with pace and strength. Left foot. Another beauty, but Jeffrey gets on top of it and plays on. Well, Collingwood made a mistake at centre half forward. Jeffrey with a high one. Wallace and Russo. Wallace hip and shoulder was good. That's got to be in the rules, and it was. And Hawkins will take this with a drop punt. He's a long way out, though. He's going to go short again to Collingwood. He's got him. Oh, Dennis, he missed from an easier angle than this earlier in the term. This will be tough. We saw Pekin score from here in the third quarter.
Not easy from there. Right into the teeth of the breeze, but perhaps that miss will make him more determined. That time he came off about 3 paces. And he's certainly getting everything right now with the bootlace and all. If they get this goal, it'll be tough for the Saints to come back. But then again, we've said that all day.
Collingwood tucked away in the pocket, 30 metres out. What an important kick for Footscray. Runs in, drop punt, and misses. But it gives them a 7-point lead. 12-13 to 11-12. So the Saints by 7 points behind with 5 3/4 minutes remaining, and Nixon to bring it back in.
Comes grandstand side. Coughlin in from the side. Good mark. Coughlin has this ball at right half back. They're breaking down in midfield at the present time, the Saints. That's a little risky. Devonport has it in the true centre half back position. Goes for distance towards low. Outnumbered. Knocked away by Foster. All Footscray on the ground. Atkins soccers it out wide, where it skids out of play. So a throw in on the outer side wing. Just over 5 minutes remaining. 85 to 78. Harding will oppose Charles here. Harding works his way in front. Charles reaching over the top. Atkins. Terry Wallace in trouble. Bernie Harris can't do much with it. Stumbles out. Atkins emerges with the ball. And we've got a ball up. A classical slogging game of football, this one. Charles wins it down. Atkins couldn't control it. Collinhook is in there. Rice too. And another whistle. Umpire wasting no time. The ball falls at the feet of the ruckman. This is Rice, hard against the boundary line. A lot of height on that kick. Steve Wallace, a very good mark. Fine mark.
Well, he's had 11 kicks or 10 kicks for the moment. This is his 11th and 13 handballs. It's been a real steadier across half-back to half-forward. Grant took off early. Burke, who's been very good for St Kilda. Quick kick. They need a goal in a hurry. Trailing by 7 points. Again, Wallace playing that sweeping role. Back to half-forward. If Footscray get the next one, that'll be it. Burke. No free kick. So we're down to 3 minutes 50. And still the Saints 7 points behind Footscray. And they desperately need a goal. Footscray been able to hold it up most of the day. Coleman thumps it forward. Gains about 30 metres. Worth a kick. And the good thing about it, it's a throw in and not a kick back. So the time ticking away. 3.5 minutes to go. Harding in the front. Coleman at the back. Colnew. A little one to Atkins, who was a little too clever that time, but then chips it to centre half forward. Good kick to Grant. Not paid. Wallace. Liberatore. Caught by Harris. It's tough and hard, and it'll be a ball up with St Kilda 78 to Footscray 85. The
clock frozen on 3:07. Emotions are running high on the field and behind the fence. Coleman in front, Harding over the top, knocks it away. Pekin has very good hands, got it to Devonport. Can they go past half forward this time? Off the ground by a defender there. Still they battle after it. Bowie to Coughlin. Kick charge down. McGuinness swings it out wide. It skids towards the boundary line and goes across. It will be thrown in. And Reynolds, I think, typical of the defenders all day. If it's there, it's been socked, it's been knocked, it's been forced his side's way. And again in evidence. Burke gained about 5 metres. Rice. McGuinness tracks it. Stumbles. And it goes out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Well, we're down to less than 2¼ minutes. So suddenly, the pendulum very much in Footscray's favour. 7 points in front. What a game it's been. Russo with a quick kick. He's had a lot of those today. And Hunter takes a splendid mark against the run of play. And this Footscray defence has stood so very tall in the final term. 12-13, 11-12. A place in the 5 at stake. 5th St Kilda against 8th Footscray. Coleman at the back. Collingwood. The little men have been supreme for Footscray. Grant caught by Daniels. Grant holds it there though. And we're down to 1:28. And it's all good for Footscray at the moment. 78-85.
You get the feeling this crowd are going to be very unhappy with the umpires after this game. Over the top, Coleman plays the percentages. The clock continues to run. The ball is out of bounds. Down to 1:10 now. Hard to see the Saints winning from here. Clean possession to Coleman. Timely. A high kick just outside the 50. Grant and Daniels. Daniels does well. Hurried kick. But again, that wall built across midfield for Footscray. This time, Steve Wallace to Coleman, who assumes responsibility there and takes the mark. Inside the last minute then. And Footscray, their run continues, it seems. Coleman inside the 50. Grant almost. Daniels dives on top of it, knocks it forward. Grant on his knees, intercepted by Bowie. Well, almost. Royal, who's played a wonderful game. Atkins smothered off the boot by Burke. It will be thrown in. We're down to 24 seconds now.
And surely the Bulldogs are home. It's been a memorable battle at Moorabbin. Coleman at the back, Jeffrey to Burke. The clock down to 10 seconds. Burke the centre wing. And again, it's Footscray there with a wall of players have been able to hold it up. And it's out of bounds. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, that's it. Footscray has won at Moorabbin. 12-13 to 11-12. On a day for heroics, and 40 players provided them. It was one of the great matches of 1990. A game that had everything. Foster's duel with Lowe was a highlight, but he wasn't alone. Footscray had many great players today, none better than Coleman, who ran his heart out, the big man. And Footscray dead and buried in October. Very, very much alive in July. A remarkable turnaround by this club. They've come to Moorabbin against a fierce and ferocious St Kilda led by that man, Danny Frawley. It must be said that Winmar was out before the game and Cracker was off in the first quarter. But it was a day where Footscray stood up and was counted, and they've won their 8th game for the season. All good stuff. Football at its very best from Moorabbin. 12-13, 85 Footscray. St Kilda 11-12, 78.